hammer is also called the tomahawk. It is an overhead throw, and it's a very useful throw in ultimate frisbee. The main three steps to throwing the hammer is the grip, the arm motion, and the finish. Throwing the hammer in ultimate frisbee is important because if you don't, and you only throw it one way, you'll be easily guarded and you won't be very successful in the game. Okay, so now we're going to focus on the grip of the hammer. First of all, you want to take your fingers like this. The best way to teach it is just take your fingers like a pistol and put it right on put your middle, and index on the inner rim of the frisbee. Wrap your thumb around it like this, and you're going to push your ring and pinky finger up on the outer rim against your middle and index. And you just kind of rest your thumb up here on the top of the frisbee. And when you're doing this, you don't want to have your thumb like that or like this. You want to have it kind of pointed more forward to where you're throwing it. Alright, so now we're going to talk about the arm motion of throwing the hammer. It's very similar to like a baseball or football type of throw. You come back and just like this, and then you follow through with your arm. And the only difference is with the baseball throw, you want your wrist to be vertical, and when you're throwing the hammer, your wrist is slightly bent inward. When you're throwing the hammer, the more horizontal you bend your wrist, the shorter the throw will be, and if you leave it more vertical, the farther the throw will be. Alright, so another important part of throwing the hammer is the finish. And the finish is just like anything else. Anything else that flies or that's thrown, you want it to have a lot of spin so that it will go faster and farther. Just like this, you want to finish, you want to snap your wrist however you throw it. And that'll increase the spin of the frisbee, which makes it go farther, and it'll be a lot better of a throw. Also, when you're throwing the hammer, when you finish, you come back and then through, and up here you're going to finish high and out, like that. With baseball, it's kind of different because you come through like this, you want to finish just straight outward as far as you can. But with the frisbee, you want to finish kind of high and out. It's a little bit different, and it increases the frisbee throw. Also, just make sure when you're throwing it, after you throw it and release, you follow through like that, and you kind of bring your leg around. And that's the follow through for the hammer. Alright, this is my buddy Nate, and I'm going to throw a couple hammers in so you can see them. When you start throwing the hammers, you want to get about 10 yards apart and just start throwing them nice and soft just to get it down high. He isn't the greatest ultimate frisbee star ever, but that's okay. Now, since you know how to throw the hammer in ultimate frisbee, you can throw it at the beach, in gym, or even if you play ultimate frisbee. And just remember the main three steps is the grip, the arm motion, and the finish. Alright? And that's basically it. Once you get that done, that's all you gotta do.
Done.